Beloved Masters, every sentient soul must follow his or her own particular destiny, a specially designed path that leads to illumination and reintegration with his or her divine self. The lessons you are learning and perfecting will be your contribution to the whole. Within these seemingly painful experiences are the jewels of wisdom you'll need to fulfill your particular segment of the grand design. So do not judge yourself or your progress by that of other people. Do not gaze on others in awe or with envy at the talents and gifts they have mastered and manifested, for within you are treasures just as great awaiting discovery. You are deep in the midst of discovering a truth that has been eluded in humanity for hundreds of thousands of years, a secret that has been deeply hidden in the illusionary reality of the third, fourth dimensional world of existence. The truth about the nature of true love, what it is and what it is not. Love is not just a sensation of the physical emotion, the intense desire to own or possess another in order to feel a sense of wholeness. True love is not the thrill of conquest or obtaining what seems to be a great prize at the time, which often ends up being a great burden instead. Love as an external focus, exterior to you, will always bring a sense of vulnerability, for the ego desire personality will constantly seek validation from someone or something. Love is neither self-sacrifice nor victimhood, whereby you give away so much of yourself that you no longer have an identity of your own. Love is not enabling those around you to dishonor you and abuse you as they reinforce your own projections of unworthiness. How can you expect anyone else to treat you with respect and love if you are not willing to set boundaries and send clear messages of love, acceptance, and worthiness for yourself as well as for others? You must remove the etheric barriers or filters you have placed around your heart and emotions if you are to be able to receive and radiate the higher frequency of the heart-soul love. You must confront your fears about losing those you love and let go of the disappointment and betrayals of the past, which often manifest as a fear of intimacy or of making a commitment to another. As you learn to believe in and trust yourself, you will develop a fundamental trust in others, and others will place their faith and trust in you, for trust begets trust. The limiting, crippling thought forms of self-sacrifice, martyrdom, and suffering, and the denial of the beauty and perfection of your physical vehicle must end. It is time to reevaluate, release, or transmute all the destructive thought patterns you have taken as your truth or allowed others to force upon you for so many past lifetimes. Pause a moment and answer these questions truthfully. Do you identify who you are exclusively as a physical being? And then through constant self-judgment, focus primarily on your imperfections. Do you habitually compare yourself with others as you fight an ongoing inward battle, which ultimately assures failure and validation of your distorted point of view? A great majority of people have a love-hate relationship with themselves, which keeps them constantly frustrated and mired in self-inflicted misery. You must be aware that the path of soul illumination creates a dramatic upheaval in both your inner and outer realities. You must endeavor to rise above the discordant dramas in your everyday life as you diligently strive to return to harmony any imbalanced and challenging relationships. It will take time and patience, however, when you learn to function from within your sacred heart center, while attuned to your sacred mind. You will gradually develop a heartfelt sensitivity and serenity along with purity in thought and action. We tell you that there are multitudes of brave souls in this world who are well on their way to self-mastery. They are the honored disciples on the path who will one day become the ascended masters of the future, fifth-dimensional planet Earth. We know you are wondering why you are being subjected to so many tests and negative situations, and we tell you, brave souls, you are in the midst of an intense initiation transformation process that must be experienced in order to attain the higher levels of consciousness, not as a punishment, but as a means to once and for all release or transmute all the impacted, stagnant energy that has kept you enslaved in a greatly limited, chaotic environment. Many of you have been on the path of initiation for many lifetimes, and you are ready for the next giant step in consciousness. When you first step onto the probationary path of ascension, the personality ego becomes aware of the soul's nudging, and the battle for supremacy begins. Soul fire, or the invigorating, higher vibrational patterns, begin to burn off the negative energy that rises to the surface to be addressed. The fires of purification eventually become the light of illumination, and the process is repeated over and over until the multiple facets of the higher self begin to merge with the soul, and the process of ascension speeds up dramatically. Remember, every thought or statement you make has a specific range of vibrational frequencies. If you repeat a statement often enough, it becomes firmly implanted with your subconscious mind as a part of your truth. It matters not if the frequency patterns are of a high or low vibration, or whether they are true or false. Over time, your subconscious mind will integrate them into your memory bank of established beliefs. Criticism can be a positive thing as long as it is not permitted to become destructive, expressed with malice or with a desire to hurt. There are times when criticism is an expression of fact, when it is a neutral recognition of limitation. However, please be careful of value judgments. Remember to use your free will wisely. You always have the right to accept or decline a judgment statement. The energies of love from the vantage point of an enlightened soul are totally different from the energies from those who are still playing the distorted game of duality, or me versus you. You must first open to the love and wisdom of your soul. As the love grows within your soul or heart center, a magical thing takes place. Slowly the portal to your sacred heart opens, and the sacred love stored there begins to flow throughout your physical vessel, especially throughout the chakra system. You begin to realize that you are a divine spark of our Father, Mother, God, and you are worthy of love and respect as well as all the joy, beauty, and bounty of creation. Love projected outward from the sacred heart core results in a constant flow of self-assurance and self-acceptance. A person centered within his or her sacred heart is always striving to incorporate and project more of the blissful feeling of unity and harmony. And this is a precious feeling, which becomes an intrinsic part of your being once you have gained access to the river of light, love, life, and you have a steady flow of creator light into and through your sacred heart. Before you can establish a satisfying and loving relationship with others, it is imperative that you relearn how to respect and love yourself. You must begin to focus on what is right about you instead of what is wrong. Begin to listen to the whispering, intuitive voice of your soul, which will grow louder as you acknowledge its wisdom, as it gives you encouragement, insight, and awareness of your vast potential. We are speaking not of egotistical love, but of a deep, abiding feeling of worthiness and self-confidence as you begin to process the re-establishing contact with the many facets of your wise and loving higher self. Divine love is the essence of our Father, Mother, God, and it flows forth in great streams of white fire, light filled with unlimited potential in its never-ending desire to experience more of itself. The adamantium particles of creator light pour forth from the heart core of the Supreme Creator to us via the Father, Mother, God of this universe. It is a blessed gift to be used by all creation at all levels, from the highest, most powerful to the lowest, most diminished. It is your birthright to bring forth your own unique self-expression through loving co-creation and harmony with the divine blueprint, which is always in perfect accordance with the grand design of the Creator. How much of your divinity have you embodied? How loving are your creations, my brave friends? What kind of temple have you created for yourself? Your spirituality is becoming up close and personal as you clear the major distortions in your world at large. You are learning that your connection with our Father, Mother, God is also a very personal relationship. In fact, you are discovering that you have a facet of God essence within your sacred heart center. When you are in an interactive relationship of learning, depending on the stage of enlightenment on both parties, you are either sharing conditional love of the ego desire personality or the sacred love of the soul. There is an attachment process going on in both types of relationships. You are either in a relationship whereby you have allowed energy cords to be attached to your solar power center, and you have also sent forth energy cords to the other person, which results in a push-pull dance created by imbalanced frequency patterns. Or if you are centered within your sacred heart and you are using the wisdom of your sacred mind, you will have allotted a share of the adamantium particles of light to the relationship, which totally changes the dynamic interplay between you. Truth and integrity must be the foundation of any relationship you establish in the future. Your soul self will accept nothing less, for compatible vibrational frequencies will be an intrinsic barometer of validation in any close relationship. First, you must accept who you are, as you are at the present time, and you must strive to become the very best person you can possibly be through self-examination of your attitudes, beliefs, habits, and weakness. You must learn that the foundation of a lasting relationship with others is to first establish a deep, loving acceptance of yourself, exactly the way you are at the moment. Remember our words of the past. You must love the self you are at the present, while you are striving to become the self you desire to be. You must first focus on your capacity to embody love, whereby you strive to become more loving and lovable until eventually you realize that you are love personified. And you do not need anyone else to validate that truth for you. As you tap into your own sacred heart and that wellspring of sacred love within your own divine God spark, you will remember that there is a never-ending supply of love light available to you, for it is your divine heritage. You will reside outside the normal mass consciousness state of reality when you attain spiritual illumination, which results in a lighthouse of heart, mind, and emotions. In order to receive and send love, you must remove the filters of protection you placed over your solar power center many ages ago, so that you could not be hurt by others. You must allow the mighty threefold flame to burst forth and open the portal to your sacred heart to receive love. Love is a powerful natural state of being. The pure, sacred love of spirit is an emotion that cannot be distorted by conditions or actions. Love has many different qualities and feelings, such as the exquisite romantic love between mates, the tender, protective love of a parent, and the trusting love of a child. Love is the language of spirit, and it is the only way to communicate with our Father, Mother, God. The love of the Creator and our Mother, Father, God is an all-encompassing and never-ending. Pain and suffering is the denying the love that you are. When you are firmly centered within your sacred heart, you will transcend all major discord. When you are living your truth, you will be self-confident, and you will always strive to interact with others in a positive, truthful manner. And so we implore you, beloveds, throw open the portal to your sacred heart, so that you may be filled overflowing with the divine elixir of life. The gift of eternal life awaits you. Know that we are ever near to guide, inspire, and protect you. I am Archangel Michael.